First at 5:30, a funeral director in Allendale will not be getting his license to operate again.
Yeah, that was the decision made today in court in the case of Michael Cave. One of his employees is accused of cutting off the legs of a dead man to fit that man in a casket, something Cave does not deny happened. But his attorney argued Cave was innocent and should retain his license. As Judge Deborah Durden took her seat in the administrative law court, attorneys made last-minute glances at their notes. Family members of the deceased man whose legs were cut off to fit in the casket were in the courtroom.
He fit on the embalming table, and it's the appellant's experience. If you fit on the embalming table, you will fit inside a regular size casket. It was close, but it was not out of the ordinary that he should have immediately known that it was going to take an oversized casket in order for the decedent to fit correctly inside the casket.
Jim Harrison is Michael Cave's attorney. He argued the funeral board should not have decided to take away Cave's license.
So I acknowledge they have the discretion. It's a question of whether that discretion has been abused.
Attorney Krista Bell said the board's finding was based on substantial evidence and should stand, despite the appellant's plea.
They want the facts to be drawn most favorably in light to them, which would be inconsistent with the facts as the board chose to find them.
Bell also argued Cave had not been forthright in his answers, and the funeral board, seeing through that, made their decision, a decision Judge Durden upheld.
The board clearly had the authority to impose the sanction that they imposed, and this court does not have the authority to overrule that sanction unless they abused their discretion.
The judge said it was clear she needed to affirm the board's decision. Family members of the deceased man left the courtroom noticeably pleased with the court, and Michael Cave no longer has a license.
Bond is set at $200,000 to $250,000 for 4 cemetery workers accused in a scheme to resell burial plots at an Alsip cemetery. Authorities say former cemetery manager Carolyn Towns was the mastermind of the plan. They say she directed the other 3 employees to dig up about 300 bodies, dump them, then resell the plots. But it didn't end there. CLTV's Carlos Hernandez-Gomez in Alsip, where authorities detailed the gruesome plot.
The idea of graveyard robbers, in my judgment, there should be no bail for them. There should be really a special place in hell for these graveyard thieves who've done so much hurt these families.
The Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. succinctly and bluntly expresses the frustration and anger of those wondering about their loved ones who were buried in Burr Oak Cemetery. Yvette Brown's grandparents are in Burr Oak, and she had trouble containing her emotions.
It's a very emotional time out here right now. It's very emotional, and I'm trying not to cry.
More than 346 families have shown up at the cemetery hoping to find out about loved ones, according to officials from the sheriff's office. They say more than 20 of those families say there's a problem with their relative's grave.
I put in many complaints against an Alsip Township. I ain't going for it today.
Meantime, Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart says he's horrifically sorry and describes the alleged scheme.
An individual in the front office would take cash payments, normally cash. They would then give an unsuspecting individual, a deed for a plot. And after they did that and the unsuspecting individual left, they would then get a gravedigger to go disinter a grave, take the remains from that grave and dump them in an area in the back part of the cemetery.
Dart is asking the family and loved ones of those buried at Burr Oak to be patient, as he said the process could take some time to sort out. Meantime, State's Attorney Anita Alvarez says the investigation is ongoing.
The investigation is still continuing, and as Tom just indicated, this is something that is going to continue for quite a while. And having prosecuted many violent cases throughout my career in the State's Attorney's Office, I must say that this crime it's a whole new dimension that shows us what lengths people would go through for financial gain.
Now, if you have friends or loved ones buried here at Burr Oak Cemetery and you are concerned about what's happened here, you are asked to call 1-800-942-1950. That's 1-800-942-1950 and select option 4. Again, County Sheriff Tom Dart asks family members to please be patient, as this could take some time to sort out. outside Burg Oak Cemetery. Carlos Hernandez Gomez, CLTV News.